Welcome to In Flames. I'm here today a little bit late because I'm having a lot of resistance come up for me. I think it's a collective resistance personally, but I'm here to do a healing video for you today, channeled message with the cards, and offer you some energetic shifting on your journey. What I do is read the cards and start to bring through a message and see where there's an energy that's stuck for us to move forward. I'm going to call in the angels, guides, ascended masters, source energy, and DM collective energy now. 5D and above, please. Anyone who would like to assist us with this, with the message and the healing today. I hope the light's okay. These are the cards that I was asked to use. If you'd like to resonate, I just take them, shuffle them, and then draw them all together. Generally, during a tarot reading, I think it's best to read the cards as a whole, but the way that I do it, it's just kind of leads down a path. So that's how it is. Anyway, anytime I offer a healing, you'll hear me say something like, destroy and uncreate this across all time, space, and dimension. And that's just basically accessing your stored energy. You may decide at the beginning of the reading to just say yes to all healings. Let a card come out, the Badger. Be fearless and bold is the message that's starting to come through, which has kind of been what's been coming through lately. Anyway, you can say yes at the beginning of the video to just accept all healings, or you can decide on a case-by-case basis. I'll say yes to accept this healing, and you can say yes. It's up to you, really. Okay, and so we're gonna get started. I have been feeling, as I spoke about in yesterday's healing, there is the availability for a time shift, a timeline shift to come through right now. This is being guided by our ancestors. And another thing that I talked about is that, this path is a spiral. And so you may go through these healings and you may actually come back to a similar point in your healing where the exact same thing comes up again. And it's especially common in this period of retrogrades to look back at what we have been learning over the past period of time and to see if we've actually learned it, and to go over it again in either a higher frequency or with a different perspective. So you may be getting some spiritual or intuitive hits on what is coming up for you again. I'm particularly being drawn to this pink color. It may have to do with lessons of the heart chakra, or interesting. So you can be guided to be saying no right now to particular opportunities that are bringing up these lessons for you. There is a feeling of wanting to wait. Oh, okay. to stop sacrificing yourself for others, to stop. They're showing me like a bleeding heart. Stop pouring out all of your emotions right now so everyone else can have what they want. Interesting. Things are unfolding in a different way. And Spirit has a plan. This came out yesterday. So you have a 3 and a 7. Very, very high vibrational cards. Those are the highest vibrating numbers. There is a deeper awakening process and an upgrade going on. So they're telling me that some people, some of us, have been I'm trying to understand this message, giving from their own resources instead of giving from Spirit. So the difference that you can tell is that when you are giving from Spirit, it's an endless well. But when you're giving to get something in return, that's when you feel depleted. You don't ever need to feel depleted when you're giving from Spirit. Anything that is standing in the way of your connection to Spirit in terms of your purpose, giving to others, and tapping into the infinite abundance. Let us destroy and uncreate that now across all time, space, and dimension. The music stopped too, so that's so weird. If you'd like this healing, say yes now. Okay, well, that's that. Trust your path. Part of what is coming through is that you are not trusting the path that you're on. Being led down to the spiritual path that you're on. This life is speeding up for us, and we will be called to be doing more, giving more, expansion. And if you're going to try to do this from a strategic masculine side, you're going to deplete yourself. Sorry, I'm trying to get this music to turn on. So they're saying to, part of this awakening is the higher feminine heart connection to Spirit. And that we are trapped in fear of our spiritual connection, fear of providing for our own path, fear of once again being seen, from moving on from what we have known, and building a new foundation. Source is building this new foundation with us. It's a divine foundation. It's a divine temple for us to worship and be healers in. There's a lot of layers to this, as you can see here. They're showing me these layers here. There's a lot of layers that we're working on simultaneously. And there's a lot that we can't see just with our physical eyes. or perhaps even our gifts. This is requiring, it's happening behind our backs, and it's requiring us to have a tremendous amount of faith, to know that there's ancient wisdom guiding us, and that these were things that we had. Oh my gosh, this is making me crazy. Things that we had agreed to beyond, we agreed to before we came into this lifetime. And this emotional healing that we are doing is not just for us, but this is a grander collective scale, that when we heal and come into this energy, we will shift this template. We will begin to shine in a different way. We will shine. This peacock's been coming out for me so much. We will shine in a way that we haven't known before. It's not in an egoistic way. It's in a way where our light shines. And as this card says, it says we've been training for this for lifetimes. There's so much of this rainbow once again in these cards. I saw it in this card in particular. We have it here, we have it here, and we have it coming through at the top of this card. And it is just this integration of all of our chakras, and this wholeness that comes when the energy is connecting all of these chakras in our body, and then all of the chakras in the body with our counterpart. And I am sensing some fear of merging with spirit and with our counterpart. So any fear that there is in losing any part of our individual ego identity, please destroy and uncreate that now across all time, space, and dimension. Any fear that we will not be recognized for our contributions, our unique being, any fear that we have of being overlooked, please destroy and uncreate that now across all time, space, and dimension. If you'd like those healings, please say yes. Because remember, we are moving into now a collective, I'm going to call it an economy because I don't have another vocabulary word for it, where we don't need so much individual praise and accomplishment attached to our identity. We are all mirrors of each other, and we recognize the fact that when we rise, everyone rises. When we heal, everyone heals. So the mind is where this resistance comes up from, to our not getting what we feel like we deserve, not getting our recognition, not being the authority, not having the, they're showing me jewels, bounty that we feel like we should have, the wealth, the everything that comes along with victory and success, the satisfaction. Our mind wants us to had these things to have security here in this physical world. And I'm not saying not to have security, because certainly we all need to live with security in our lives. But security is mostly a mental construct. So it's saying use your mind wisely in terms of what you go after, what you spend your energy on, energy being time, money, emotions. Really look at what you want. What do you want? You're already doing it. Stop overthinking, keep facing your true north. Transformation. Things are changing at a cellular level, deep healing. Yes, yes, this is what is coming through. Okay, the cellular level of healing. So this did come through the other day as I read a book that talked about us each being a cell in God's body. And that is kind of the collective shift I'm talking about. The shift of us all working towards the highest good and using our intuitive power to understand what is the highest good instead of having debates about it endlessly. That there is hope for all of us, that there is a song that we each sing, that we are independent and yet still want this high, high level of Lemurian wisdom and this birth of this new age. We want to live in a new reality. And to do that, we must let go of part of the old reality. We must trust and accept, let go, and manifest a new reality. This is what the age of Pisces laid the foundation for. And this is what you are being called to lead. Any fear you have regarding your ability to lead and be a leader in a new age, destroy and uncreate that now across all time, space, and dimension. Part of what's being shown is that we ask a different question. We ask better questions. We ask questions of expansion, questions of high self-worth, questions of inclusivity. We stop asking the questions of what is wrong, why does so-and-so do this? And so can be anyone or any group of people that we blame, and that they either make themselves a victims or we make ourselves a martyr, or that we truly begin to see a unification of people that we have a difference of opinion with, but we all still desire the same love, acceptance, and vitality and abundance for. Oh, this is difficult to talk about. There is a true feeling of resistance in terms of accepting everyone, regardless of whether they agree with us or not. We will never align with all people on all things, but that doesn't make us wrong or right. That makes us a unique cell, because we are the authorities of our own lives. That is something to rejoice. There is a memory of a time when we all could live in harmony we feel this on a very deep cellular level. We know. Excuse me. So we're being asked to use our mind wisely, watch our words, open to the infinite possibility, and believe in ourselves. And come into our expanded awareness. I love that card. Our expanded awareness of our interstellar roots, our stardust roots, our infinite potential. And the reality is that if we want to create love and abundance for all, we can. We need to ask questions that show that this is our desire, and we need to elevate our vibration. The message is now that there is resistance to elevation of desire. Of elevation and vibration, because we desire to hold on to our old stories. Any block we have in letting go of our own stories, our ego's identification of our victimhood, our desire to be emotionally comforted by the pain, loss, and sorrow we have felt. Let us uncreate and destroy that now, across all time, space, and dimension. I want to be clear that if you are having ongoing psychological, mental difficulties in dealing with anything, that you need to work with a professional and seek help. This is very important. If you are unable to release the stories and you need help in doing that beyond what this is providing, I am urging you to now come to that crossroads where you make the decision that you are worth living with a condition that you do not want to accept anymore, and knowing that it is of your highest good and anyone around you and the collective to do the work to raise your vibration and get out of that story. And that sometimes takes working with professionals like psychologists, psychiatrists, doctors, and other people who are trained in these specific traumas, all right? Sometimes traumas are so multifaceted that they have taken root in many different places in our physical and mental and spiritual, emotional bodies, and they don't just come out. So this is an expanded awareness to ask you to seek the help that you need to overcome that difficulty that has been plaguing you. And you will know if that pertains to you for sure. Okay, so I'm going to get the closing messages here. We are protected. We are blessed. We are longing for home. And we are the original light workers. There is Pleiadians among us. I'm not going to say everyone is, but we are on a double mission of expanding and channeling and uplifting humanity. We must have compassion for all that we go through this self-love journey with. Remember to forgive those who have hurt us. Oh, it's for a different time. Okay. These are cards that have come through recently a lot. But we are going through this transformation energy as the magic works through us. We trust in the mystery of that we are sometimes led to we are sometimes led by our instincts. And right now we may be feeling a lot of emotional loss, disconnection, and boredom. But we can choose to use our power wisely still. We can recognize that this is a time for us to have a pause from what we have been doing for so long, and we can go inward and really understand our life's work, our inner temple, our pure heart, and our, oh, this is so pretty, soul family's connection, a bigger picture of who we are and what we're here for. So any doubt you have that you can choose wisely your path in life, any mental blocks you have to knowing that your purpose is right for you, let us destroy and uncreate them all now, across all time, space, and dimension. And they're telling me to have you ask the question, what else is possible for me? And open yourself up into things that you perhaps have not considered before. They're showing that the animals and nature and many other elementals are bringing through powerful possibilities now of things we can create that are magical and healing. All right, I'm going to end it there. I hope this has helped you. It's a very beautiful message of possibility coming through, to be fearless and bold in your pursuit of your own dreams, your own life, and your own health, and to understand that when you help yourself, you help others, and when you help others, you help yourself, right? The golden rule. And that the golden light of Christ is coming through very strongly right now. There is a strong message of light for you to embrace, and a higher timeline for you. Connect to that light that's coming through from source, and really ask yourself what else is possible for you now. Thank you. I wish you much love on your journey. Bye.